Just going to make this quick video to give an update to the Hendersons on the progress that has been made on their bus. So far, we've just been working on gutting the interior, taking up the subflooring, and ripping out all of the horrible fake work that was in here before. A good amount of the gutting has been done. A lot of work poured into it, and we're getting close to having it gutted. Need to do a bit more back here to get that loose, and some of these side panels. All this lower area still needs to be broke loose. You got every so often a rivet that's got to be knocked out. Most of the screws are already pulled. In the front, we still have a good amount on the ceiling to do. Both screws and rivets still need to come out. Some of the screws are already out. Up front, we're really close to being done with the gutting too. I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and take out the heater area here and get their lines disconnected and put them back through there and seal that up. Because I bet you there is a decent amount of rust up in there. I don't know if the heater was leaking or what. Probably underneath this we'll have to make some sort of a storage area for the driver. Something to think about too. I know y'all mentioned that you might want 2 seats up front. The one seat came out to about right in here in front of the steering wheel. There's not a whole lot of room here. I'm not sure how that is in the plan. I didn't look closely at it, but I was just thinking about if a seat was sitting right here, it's right in the walkway in the entrance. But I guess I'll have to double check your plans and see. Maybe it's going there. Gotta strip that wall down as well. Come in here and go ahead and knock all that sand out. Get some wheels on there and take all that rust off. It's a pretty clean base. And we'll get that primed so we're not damaging anything. This sheet metal was installed very much incorrectly and it leaks like crazy. So we're gonna for sure have to redo all that. They didn't put any kind of caulk or sealant or anything in between any of their seams. Up in here, they just shoved it up in. I'll show you from the outside too, but it should have gone up and underneath all these rivets, but it's just kind of shoved up in there. Nothing to help seal it. So as you drive, rainwater is definitely gonna run up and into those cracks and over. Not sealed well at all. But when we have all that off, I don't see a reason for us not to go ahead and raise the roof. You do have a higher interior height, but I would like to see it higher so we're not dealing with being claustrophobic in here when the build is complete. But I will leave that up to y'all. This is some of the other reasons why this needs to be redone. Again, no caulk, no rubber seal, no gasket, no Nothing to keep moisture from going through there. This metal should have gone underneath this piece and all the way up underneath these rivets, double rivets all the way up to make that right. Up there at that corner, it should have been underneath all those folds. Instead, it's above them all. Rain from every direction coming down, coming from the bus, front of the bus while you're driving. That is gonna leak like nobody's business. And it's gonna leak all along the top, like I said, as you're driving and rain just rushes up in there. I don't know what they were planning, to shove a bunch of caulk up in there and try to salvage it, or if they were just gonna completely not worry about it and let it leak all over y'all. Hard to tell. I gotta take off the bottom, but I guarantee they didn't bring this down as far as they should have, and it just all needs to be brought up, taken up, and done right. I don't trust it at all. I would hate to do a conversion in it and have rain going all over new material. Should have gone underneath this as well. Should have had the double rivets. I just got enough in there to kind of tack it up and get by, send some pictures and get some money or whatever they did, however they operated. This, they even go over the bolts a little bit. It's kind of lapped and there's a giant gap there. Can't really see in the video, but the metal ends like right up there and there's no rivets to hold it in. There's no sealant. It's just, I just don't trust it at all. Giant gap here that needs to be dealt with somehow. Water's just gonna pour in there. Have to fill these holes. Gotta get off all the stickers. This was not actually mud like I thought in my first video. It's tar. So they were getting into all kinds of nasty stuff. Gotta get off that sticker, the paint, a good amount of prepping still. Probably take up all these stickers too. So we're all the way down to metal and got a good base for paint to stick to. Stickers up top, school bus stickers. There's a lot of stickers to remove. That's gonna take a long time. That stuff is not fun to mess with. Get the stickers off here. I think I've talked about just about everything that I need to talk about in this video. It's a good looking bus. It's gonna look great when it's done. It's gonna be beautiful. I also would like to take it out on a decent test drive at some point with y'all's permission. Feel the power and whatnot. Also, I noticed it's got a pretty bad air leak somewhere. I gotta find it. I think it's in the dash. It wasn't like that, and all of a sudden something is loose or something, because it's really slow building pressure. Need to find a cheap stereo to put in there. And where, if any, going back, we want speakers to be. Super excited about this, guys. It's coming along. It's happening. Don't let all the nonsense work be discouraging. It's a very small setback. And in fact, I'm not worried about it at all, because I think it will be a much better setup with a raised roof. I would like to raise the roofs on most of the builds that we do. If people can work it into their budget, I don't see how you could ever regret it. especially if you're spending any serious amount of time in here. Love it. Let me know if you guys have questions. Hope to see you soon.